Welcome to the Running Network Show. Join us each time as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great sport.
Hi, this is Jennie McCafferty for the Running Network. And guess where we are? We're in the best running store in America. I'm with Curt Munson on my right and Brian Jones on my left, and we're in Playmakers. And they just won the award that was distributed by the Formula 4 Media Company and the competitor group at the Running Store Trade Show in Austin just a couple of weeks ago. The best store in the country. Congratulations. Curt, tell us how it feels.
Oh, it feels great. It's just a nice reflection on the staff, and there's certainly a lot of good stores in the country, and so we feel real honored to receive it this year.
And Brian, you can tell us a little bit about the criteria, because this isn't easy.
Oh, sure. Thanks, Jenny. Yeah, they actually go out and secret shop stores that have been nominated to be one of the top stores, and they recognize the top 50 stores in the country, and we've been fortunate to be recognized as a top 50 store from the start. And as people started to win this award, we got a little more interested, because being competitive and being in this business for a while, we certainly wanted to have a shot at winning it. So it was certainly an honor to be selected.
Well, I think some of the things that they paid attention to were, of course, your product and your service and things we all take for granted. But they also paid attention to things like all the different events that you sponsor in the community. Can you talk a little bit about some of those, Curt?
Sure. I think since we started, we got real involved with events, and it's been part of our heritage. So today we're more involved than ever, and just teaching classes during the week, taking good form running on a national level, and doing some of these things I think played into that too. So lots of things are happening in our industry right now. It's just kind of an evolutionary time, so it's really neat.
Well, I think what I see is that you're kind of leading that evolution kind of across the country, and good form running's part of it, but you also have clinics for pretty much everybody, don't you, Brian?
You know, the one clinic we've done for a long, long time is our injury clinic, and it's really more of a wellness clinic, and that's on Wednesday evenings. And we've certainly been involved with training programs, and one of our most successful training programs is underway right now, and it's targeting women 50 plus. We call it our Couch to 5K program, and they'll culminate. Jenny, you can relate to that one.
Pre-Title IX.
There you go. Yeah, well, it's amazing, because there's so many great stories that come out of that, and women that never had an opportunity to play sports when they were in high school, and women in their 60s and 70s that just tell us these great stories, and that one has just been amazing. That'll culminate next Saturday with them participating in a Jingle Bell Run in Delta Township out by the library there, and they've been a big partner with us as well. And that was one of the big criteria for this award. It was certainly more than retail, and they weren't measuring sales, but it was, your involvement in the community and your involvement with the vendors and the vendors' perception of the top retail stores in the country as well.
Well, the vendors is an angle I actually hadn't thought about. You have to balance so many different kinds of companies. I buy all my shoes here, not just running shoes, and so you've got the shoe companies and the apparel companies. How do you keep the vendors happy when they are also competing?
Oh, I think you just build these relationships, and I think with the vendors it's always been that way, that it's not a case that it's trying to figure out what your mission is and then saying, gosh, who fills that, and working together. And I think the biggest success for us has been the long-term relationships we had with vendors, and they really appreciate that, and we do too. So it's not, a lot of times we look at a new product and it's like, well, maybe it's great this year, but what's the company philosophy and where are they going to be in 5 years? So a lot of that, and we've got some really, really great vendors that we work with, so we really appreciate it. Yeah.
Well, you've also promoted some things that runners hadn't thought about before, things like products from Smartwool and the 5-Finger shoes.
Absolutely, and that's really a tribute to Curt. Curt has always really pushed our staff and our buyers to be looking for the next big item, and those are two of them, Jenny, that are a big, big part of our store today. Smartwool in particular is something that's an amazing fabric, and most of the running stores in the country right now are struggling on the apparel side, and we've had a nice run the last 5 years, and a big part of it is Smartwool. And we sell other things too, like Patagonia and the North Face, and the size of our store gives us the opportunity to merchandise items that not every running store can. And you mentioned 5 Fingers. That's another one that, I think 5 years ago, a young gal that worked for us, Jen Kelly, that's now Jen Aldrich, who's went on to work at Brooks and is now at New Balance, she came back from one of the trade shows, and I said, I really think we should try these. And we kind of scratched our head, and sure enough, they were at the running show about 6 months later, and we were at one of the first orders, and we've had a nice run with that product, and it's a great tool for the runner, and it really complements their running shoes.
Yeah, I see a lot of people in them, and they always get attention, and they're very popular in triathlons, I can tell.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's the nice thing. I mean, I've been working out in the gym in the morning recently, and it's rare that I don't see someone with a pair of those on and doing different things. You know, people just doing their strengthening exercises, lifting weights. You know, certainly you can run in them as well. It's crazy. When we first looked at them, we didn't think we'd be running in them, but I know Curt and I have logged a number of miles in them and have logged miles successfully in the Five Fingers.
What surfaces?
You know, that's the surprising thing is that just about anything, rocks, trail, even the concrete and asphalt. Sometimes the asphalt's one of the best ones because it's real predictable in terms of your next step.
I mean, I was out this morning running through the swamp area with Five Fingers on. They're a great product. I mean, whether it's just a nice tool to combine with your regular running shoes too. So I think people really appreciate what they've done. Great company too, the people at Five Fingers.
Well,
Story.
It's been fun to see something new like that take off, and you each mentioned staff, and you have people who've been here for a really long time, and you have some superstars, and I think one of your new superstars is Grant in Good Form Running.
Yes, Grant Robeson is. Grant worked here for about 3.5 years. When he came here, Grant was an All-American, 2004 Olympian, but really pretty much injured all the time. When he started teaching the class with us here 3.5, 4 years ago, Grant hasn't been injured since that time, and just a neat guy. So he's on a full contract now with New Balance, taking Good Form Running on a national level, and we're really excited about that. That's very cool. And Grant's a really cool guy. We're lucky to have him.
Well, you have a great staff all the way around. It's part of what's fun to make it shop here. So congratulations, Curt Munson, Brian Jones, and we look forward to go shopping.
Sounds
Thanks,
good.
Jenny.
Thank you, Jenny.
Thanks. Thanks.